Hey there, and welcome to Meaningless Debate, where we go head to head debating issues that are meaningless. I'm your host, L.A. Hardy, and I'm here with two great guests to show you why you shouldn't be unfriending your friends on Facebook. Isn't that something you guys are doing out there? Unfriending your friends, getting rid of people you follow, getting rid of people you love. Don't do it there. Do it here. We are Meaningless Debate. And we're going to introduce our new contestants today right after our sponsor.
The Big Apple Shopping Bazaar Jewelry Exchange and Salon and Spa Suites. Located off Atlantic Avenue in beautiful Delray Beach, Florida, this unique mini mall will transport you to the streets of New York City for a one-of-a-kind shopping experience. The Big Apple Shopping Bazaar provides shoppers with over 65 one-of-a-kind specialty boutiques with amazing items at fantastic prices. For more information, go to BigAppleShoppingBazaar.com.
Welcome back to Meaningless Debate. Let's meet our guest for the show today. Our first guest, the Reverend Bob Levy. I've known this guy a while. You've seen him on Howard. You've seen him on Red. You've seen him on Blunt Movie. And you've seen him on The Station Required. Put your hands together and welcome my man, Bob Levy, the Reverend. What's up, Rev?
What's up, buddy? Good to see you, man.
Good to see
I'm
you
here
too,
to give some knowledge, baby.
You got plenty, man. Lots of experience behind that mic over there. Bob Levy in the house. Our next guest, you've seen him on Shameless, Last Comic Standing, Room 104, and The Neighborhood. He's here from Los Angeles, California, but originally Cleveland, Ohio. Welcome my man, Ricarlo Flanagan. What's up? What's up, big dog?
How's everybody? Yes.
Yeah. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. How's things out in Cali?
Oh, man, it's a day at a time out here. We're getting through the COVID, but we making it happen.
You got that COVID haircut looking good, boy. I like that.
Hey, man, I can't get a haircut. That's keeping it safe, you know? That's staying alive.
That's what we're talking about. Opposite ends of the country. Bob, you're in New Jersey. Ricardo, you're in LA. Yeah. I'm right here, and we're going to show you guys how to argue a meaningless debate. We're going to get this thing started. Here's how it works. You guys at home send in a topic. Our guests will see the topic. We'll have one pick one side, another will pick another, and we'll argue it right out so you don't have to get rid of your friends. Let's get it started. What's our first topic today? Barbara Hollander from Ben Seal wants to know, bikini or one piece? We flipped the coin behind the stage before the show. Bob, you get to go first. Bikini or one piece?
Okay, it's definitely bikini because you want to be able to see the stomach because women can hide that. They can tie that up to get that stomach, that flabby stomach in there, and you don't want to see that. You know what I mean? And you can see if the ass fits, the hips and everything feels good. If the breasts are saggy, you can, because they can jam everything up. I would definitely, a one piece is ridiculous. Basically, if you have a girl with a one piece on the beach, you're not doing that good in life. So I'm saying two piece, and that's the only way to go.
Bob Levy, the Reverend, stepping up and saying two piece is the way to go. Ricardo, why is one piece the way to go?
I'm going to go with the one piece because I love the mystery. I love peeling it back and seeing what's under there or just wondering what's under there. So I'm going to go with the one piece because the one piece is keeping the mystery alive. That's what you call showmanship, you know?
One thing about the one piece, once you take it off, it could be 2 or 3 pieces under there. So you could actually be hiding quite a bit. So, Bobby, I'm going to have to give you the win on that, man. I like seeing my stuff right out in front on the of what I'm trying to do. 2 pieces going to be the winner on this one to start it off. Let's get into our next topic. Let's see if Ricardo can come back strong. Is soup a meal? Adrian from Milwaukee, Wisconsin wants to know, Ricardo, is soup a meal?
I'm going to say absolutely, because if you're broke enough to be eating soup, that's going to help you sustain some kind of sustenance. So soup is absolutely a meal. Let's all my people in the struggle out there, shout out to y'all eating that soup, because there's different kinds of soup you can get too. Get that Campbell's Hearty soup with some of those fake sirloin pieces in there.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, let's go. The soup is absolutely a meal.
Soup absolutely a meal. He's shouting out ramen. That's what we talk about. Bob, why is soup not a meal?
Oh, man. I mean, look, if you got to eat soup in the summertime, you're going to be sweating. That thing is hot, okay? It is not real meat, okay? No chicken comes in a can that you're going to want to eat, okay? You're going to get sick from that. Soup is not a meal. They don't even give They don't even drop soup off to people in countries that don't even have food. If you did, they throw it back at the helicopter because they're not going to eat that. That's not a meal. You have to have a nice sandwich, you know what I mean? A nice steak. I'm not going to get something out of a can, pour it in there, bring a date over here and say, honey, we're going to live it up tonight. You give a woman soup, you get no pussy. Bottom line, no pussy.
That's an excellent point there. No pussy on the soup. However, I am going to have to throw out the ramen noodle, which is a staple of the black man diet as we're coming up. Sometimes you're running out of food. Got to have that ramen with a little ketchup and a little mustard from the bottle poured right in. We're going to give you the win on that one, Ricardo. Let's get to our next topic. We got some good debates going on. Faye from Fort Myers, Florida wants to know the Sopranos finale, guys. Classic or crappy? Bob, finale, Sopranos. What is it going to be? Tell us what's going on. Is it going to be a classic or is it going to be crappy?
I think it was crappy. You know what I mean? I don't even know what they ordered. You know what I mean? It's his daughter comes in. She's got this smile on her face like, hey, look what's going on. Some guy's going to the bathroom and all of a sudden Journey plays. Are you kidding me? I watched every season. It was great. It built up really nice. And it ended with a dead hooker in the bed. Like, it ruined your night. There was nothing you can do with it. It was like, okay, if it would have been better if Tony Soprano would have lived in real life, because of the fact that maybe they could have made a movie out of it and spun it a different way. But since he died in real life, there's nothing that can happen from that. It was a bad ending. It ruined all those years watching it. And I have no idea. All I know is they ordered onion rings. That's all I know.
Nicely done, my friend. I love the dead hooker thing. That's always going to be a winner in my book. Ricardo, why was it a good one?
I think it was a great finale because, for one, it left it open-ended, which that means that we can make it end however we want it to end. And I wanted to end with a classic gangster scene with that opera playing and somebody coming in with that chopper and going, and that opera in the background going, and you just see that man shaking with that chopper and all those bullets just flying everywhere.
Little Valentine's Day massacre.
In my mind, that's how in my
I
think it was classic for them to allow me to create my own ending to The Sopranos. You know,
I love it. This is why we have this show, so we have two different deciding factors on one idea. I'm going to split it right down the middle. I'm going to call that one a draw because they basically just let you come up with whatever you wanted it to be. So if you thought it was crappy, it was crappy. If you thought it was good, it was good. Either way, we got two great debaters, and I'm going to split them right down the middle. We're going to call that one a draw. Let's get to our next topic right here on Meaningless Debate. Millie from Anaheim, California wants to know, did Rose let Jack die in Titanic? Why can't white people leave that movie alone? Did Rose let Jack die in Titanic? I think, Ricardo, we got to hear your answer on that. Did she let him die?
My answer to that is, of course she let him die. She didn't want his heavy ass weighing down that raft.
Right.
But she let him go on and sink to the bottom of the ocean. It was nice. You put it on me a couple of times, Jack. I appreciate it. Go ahead and float off into the distance with that penis, Jack. Go ahead. Okay. I miss you. I appreciate everything you did for me, Jack. I'll see you later.
I love it. Let him die. From the mind of a dangerous genius, Ricarlo Flanagan's view is she let him die. Reverend Bob, she didn't let him die, did she? Come on.
No, man. If you watch the movie, that guy was trying to save her the whole damn movie, okay? He was doing everything, put his life on it. She was hanging off the thing. Next thing you know, he gets handcuffed and that shit. Then he saves her again, gets, he holds her as the ship is going down. So she knew that he was going to pull her under. So after saving her so many times, she said, listen, dude, thanks for the help. Thanks for banging me in that old car downstairs. And I'll see you in another life. I'll come look for you and throw that little diamond to your ass underneath the water. No, she, you know what I mean? It was, if you look at it, you know what I mean? She had to do it. He gained too much weight on the boat eating, man. And he would have sucked her down on that dresser. So it was a smart move by her.
Might have a point there. I definitely think it was a smart move on her, but for a different reason. I think she was all about the jewelry. She was a 2020
Yeah.
type of woman. He had done everything he was going to do. She was a what have you done for me lately? And I'm going to take the jewels and I don't have to share with nobody. I'm not even sure who won that one. I'm just going to say she took the jewelry and let his ass go down to the bottom, and we're going to keep it moving. Let's get to our next topic. Paulie from Jersey City, New Jersey. Reverend Bob, he's obviously a winner of yours. Would you rather be the
There
Heat
you go.
in the winter or AC in the summer? Which would you rather have? Bobby, you're up first.
Oh, I mean the AC in the summer, nothing feels good. Nothing. You can sit next to the vent and have it and have it go on your balls, and it's the best feeling in the world. Just let it freestyle and let your balls out. Then you can go outside, get yourself a tan. Look good and that stuff. The summer is so much better than for just like relaxing in the house in the cold. I mean, if you got to put the heat on, you're like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. Nothing sucks more than the cold. And I'd rather be in the heat and look pretty. God damn it, that's the way it is. I didn't get this sexy from not being in the backyard during the coronavirus on my shed. Basically tanning. That's what I did.
There you go, baby. You bringing sexy back. Ricardo, what's your side of the story on this?
Oh, well, I'm gonna go with the cold, mainly because I think we have witnessed history here on Meaningless Debate, and we have witnessed the first white man to ever pick the cold. I mean, the heat.
Yeah.
Day and night. But I'm gonna pick the cold because the ladies, I love to see the ladies in those nice big winter coats, so I can get that nice surprise when they take that winter coat. Winter time, baby, yeah.
I think for the first time in the history of the Meaningless Debate, we've got two draws right down the middle. We've got a white guy that took the heat and a black man that took the cold. We're sharing ideas is what we're doing. We are here to help. We are Meaningless Debate.
We are
I'm
coming
L.A.
together.
Hardy. Yes, we are. I'm L.A. Hardy. And how this works, you keep sending in those great topics. We'll keep debating them. And so you can maintain your friendships with your friends on Facebook and social media. Let's get to our next topic. Phil from Denver, Colorado wants to know, would you rather be the size of an elephant or an ant? Ricardo, you're up first.
Ooh, man. Well, that's a question. That's an open-ended question. Because there's certain scenarios which you want to be the size of an elephant or an ant. So
what would it be? Break it down.
I'm gonna be the size. I'm gonna just go on and be the size of an elephant.
All right.
I'll take that all day and night.
Gonna be the big man.
I'm gonna be the big man all day.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Ricardo Flanagan tackling the tough issues. He's going to be the elephant. Bob, why are you going to be the ant?
The ant. Why wouldn't I want to be? Why wouldn't I want to be the ant? I can hide easy. I can see him wherever he is. I can sit there and go, "Oh, there he is. I'm gonna get him." You know what I mean? I can carry 5,000 times my weight. Okay, I have a whole gang with me. We just run around the floor together and pick up leaves and cigarette butts and bring it back to our nest.
No doubt.
I mean, nobody wants to be fat. You know what I mean? Am I right about that? It's like you get made fun of. Everybody's going to make fun of you. Look at the fat elephant over there. And I'm over there lifting, you know what I mean, a piece of bark like this. Come on, bitches. Let's go. Get a little.
I'm loving it. I think I'm going to have to go with Bobby on that one. Not only because of his excellent answer, but also because I started thinking of that movie Ant-Man, and if you were able to lift all that stuff up and you got the uniform and the outfit, you're in the Marvel universe. Win goes to Bobby on that one. Let's keep it moving, see what other topics we can come up with from our audience. What do you got, guys? Quentin from Astoria, New York wants to know, who's funnier, children or the elderly? Reverend Bob, who's funnier, children or the elderly?
Okay. Absolutely children, because if a child shits their pants, it's cute. If an old person shits their pants, you put them in a home. Okay, you don't want them around. Next thing you know, they shit on your couch and that. But if a baby can do anything. A baby can say the worst things to somebody. A small child can say the worst brutal things to somebody and people will laugh. An old person says it, they're like, look at that racist old piece of shit. You can't be old and get your way. You know what I mean? But a baby can get away with murder. Murder a baby can get away with, and it eats garbage. You know, it doesn't take much to feed a baby. You put a jar of carrot juice, whatever the hell they eat. I don't even know what they eat. I used to feed my son cardboard and he lived to be fine. But old people, they complain because it's too cold, it's too hot. You know, I just want to die, and then they call the cops when you put a pillow over their head. So I love the children.
All right, you think the children are funnier. Ricardo, why are the elderly even funnier?
The elderly are funnier because sometimes the elderly will be with have a cane or a wheelchair, but their elderly will still be racist. And so be racist at the point in life when you need the most help. So elderly people are definitely way funnier than children, if you ask me.
I've got to give you the win on that one, Ricardo, because I kind of like the way that one came out. I mean, you're right.
Yeah.
Most of the people wearing MAGA hats are actually the people that are actually having canes and walking across the street sideways. So they're definitely going to be calling me to come wipe some ass later on in life. So I find that pretty funny. So we're going to say the elderly are much funnier because I can tell you, anytime I fall down, people think that's funny as shit. Let's get to our next topic and keep it moving. During the COVID toilet paper shortage crisis, what would you do for a roll? William Broadway wants to know. What would you do for a roll of toilet paper, Ricardo, during this crisis?
Oh, man, honestly, what would not do for a roll of toilet paper? I am an advocate for a clean ass. So,
dig that.
Some needs my services orally, I'm gonna go ahead and grant her that particular service and get that toilet paper.
So, what would you do?
Oh man, I'm gonna do anything any young lady asks me to do.
All right, you're gonna put yourself out there, huh? For toilet paper.
I'm gonna put my right in whatever.
I like it. I like it. I like the roll of the dice. Bobby, what would you do for toilet paper?
Well, I remember that it was really bad and that stuff. I remember being outside washing my ass with the garden hose. So I would basically trade a TV for the toilet paper. Then that night break into the neighbor's house and take my fucking TV back. I would do anything. I mean, like he said, you have to have, if you don't have a clean ass, you ain't got nothing. Nobody wants to be hanging out with somebody that smells like shit, okay? It's not like we have a dog ass where we can just snap it off and it's clean and that stuff, and then they can sit on the couch.
Good point.
So, I mean, I would basically, without getting into prostitution, I would basically do almost anything.
Okay, so we got two almost anythings. I'm going to have to intervene in the middle of this one, and I'm going to say, I don't know, because I'm thinking to myself, number one, when this whole thing started, I didn't even understand why people were buying the hell out of toilet paper. I didn't understand that it was coming out of that end that bad, and I still don't. Mm-hmm. The other part of it is, I don't really need toilet paper. I have a shower. I can wash my ass anytime I want. So I'm not really willing to work that hard for toilet paper. We're going to leave that one right down the middle and call it a draw. We got time for a few more questions, guys. Get them in here. These guys are ready to answer them, and we want to save your friends. Carrie Lynn wants to know, what's the best superpower to have? Ricardo, you're up first. Best superpower.
Ooh, man, I'm going to have to go with invisibility. Because if they're calling me, I need the power to disappear.
Right.
And let them know that I'm nowhere around to even pay any of them bills. So I'm going to go with invisibility.
Invisibility. Bobby, what's going to be your superpower?
I would like to fly because of the fact that if I didn't have toilet paper, I can just shit on people below until they gave it to me. They would have to make me an offer. But imagine being able to fly and just like, somebody giving you shit, you just, and you take off and you land in a tree and like, fuck you, that shit. So I would like to be able to fly so I can be above and then look down at all the chaos that's going on in the world and giggle.
That's exactly my point on that, brother. I'm going to agree with you on that because basically, as comedians, that's what we do every time we hit that stage, man. We're flying, and there is nothing better than that feeling, and we all miss it, which is why we're doing stuff like this, to provide you guys with entertainment and have some fun. but we miss that flying, man. We miss being on stage in that high wire, and we thank you guys for tuning in. This is Meaningless Debate. Bobby's going to get the win on that, man. I'm always a big fan of flying. As a matter of fact, I'm wondering where's my jetpack? I'm supposed to have a damn jetpack right now. That's what they told us, Bobby. Didn't they tell us that in school? We were supposed to have jetpacks by now.
I know. It's like now we got cars that don't run on gas that go 20 miles an hour.
Well, it's kind of a good thing, too, because I live in Florida. Could you imagine the old people with jetpacks? It'd just be accidents everywhere, dog. You'd be on the beach, some old person would just, boom, what happened? I don't know. Let's get to our next topic and find out what's going on from Ray in Long Beach. He says, who has a tougher childhood, middle child or the only child? Ooh, I got an answer for that. Bobby, who's the tougher childhood, middle child or only child?
I would say the middle child, because by the time you have the first one, you're like, oh my God, I had my first child. And then when you have the last one, you're like, oh, that's my baby. And the middle child is basically like a redheaded stepchild. It's basically like you're like, I don't even like this kid anymore. Why didn't we just have two and skip him? Why, and you can see the middle kid because he's got the coat hanger mark in his head. They didn't really want him and that. And I would never want to be, look, I'm the youngest child, and I thought life was really good for me. But my middle brother, we don't even talk to him anymore. So it's horrible.
Bobby's picking middle child. Why is it the youngest, Ricardo?
I'm going to go with the youngest is the worst because, you don't have anybody to blame for breaking anything. If you break something, you ain't got nobody else to shift the blame on. Say they did it instead of you and possibly make it worse. So, being the only child, also, they run out of excitement about you when you're only child. They stop being excited about you after you turn 5. So from 5 to about 30, you living in hell. So I'm gonna go with being the only child. But.
Tough topic. I've got my feelings both ways. The younger child, I'm thinking, there's different things going on. But I'm a middle child myself, so Bobby, you're going to get the win on that one just by default, brother. I'm going to give you that one. That's a win for the middle child. It's a bitch being me, let me tell you. Let's get to our next topic. Daniel Hanghold wants to know, how long is it okay to wait for someone at a light when the light turns green? How long is it to give somebody before you give them the boop, boop at a light? Ricardo, what do you think?
0.1 second, because watching that light just like I was watching that light. So as soon as that light turns green, when that light is green for a finite second, I'm hitting you with the
okay.
Horn like my mother used to do. So I'm gonna go 0.1 second.
0.1 seconds, Mr. No Patience. I love it. Bobby, how much time are you giving them?
Maybe 0.3 seconds, because you got to be paying attention, because most people are on their phone texting, or they're talking to somebody. It's like, look, this is time to drive. This is a time to get somewhere. Stop being a bitch and get moving, because I got shit to do. You may not have shit to do, so maybe you shouldn't be on the road. If you're checking your messages, you're on Facebook, you're on Twitter, you shouldn't be at a light in front of me. You should be at home, which no friends. You only have friends on the internet, so that's why you have to stay in touch with them. You got to cut them off right away. You know what I mean? Pull in front of them, beep at them. I carry a brick in my car just in case I got to throw it at them. Get them moving, man, because we don't have time for your bullshit.
There you go. Bobby's 0.3, Ricardo's 0.5. I don't even know who to call a winner on that one, so I'm going to give it to Ricardo. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and put it right there in your face, brother. I'm going to give you the win on that one. Let's see where we're at. Get to a couple more questions, and we're going to find out who is our big winner tonight on Meaningless Debate. Shyla from Kansas City, Missouri wants to know, would you rather have a pillow or a blanket? Pillow or a blanket? Ricardo, which would you rather have, pillow or a blanket?
Oh, man, you know what? I'm going to go with a blanket because,
Blanket.
A pillow is cool, but when it's freezing in the room, you know what I mean? That pillow ain't gonna do nothing for you, but just remind you of the fact that you're cold in that room. No blanket. I'm going with the blanket.
Go on with that. But what about if you're in like public transportation? You're on a plane, you're like on a bus, a train, or something. You're still gonna go with the blankie?
Yeah, because if I'm on a plane, you know, I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes when I sleep, I tend to get what they call an erection. So that blanket is gonna hide.
Ah, that was you. That was you.
Yeah.
I did see that on Facebook. I didn't know. Bobby, why are you taking that pillow?
Obviously, I'm taking a pillow because you need to be comfortable when you lay your head down. A blanket. If you have a blanket, how are you really going to be comfortable? Because you just got your head on a floor. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Pillow. I mean, as you can see by the muscle on the mic. You know what I mean? Life is changed. I mean, this guy worked 4 years in his basement to make a pillow for us where we can get sleep finally, and we don't have to take pills to get sleep and get drunk and that stuff. A blanket, I mean, you can, if you're on a plane, you can just grab somebody's pillow that's next to you or a blanket next to you and pull it over you, or their jacket and that, or lean against them for warmth. You know what I mean? It's definitely a pillow. A pillow makes you feel comfortable and your neck isn't broken when you wake up. A blanket is just it's a waste. If you walk around with a blanket on, somebody's going to put you in a home because they're going to think something wrong with you.
That's how we get back to the elderly being funny. Bobby, you're going to take home the win on that one. We're going to say that the pillow is the move because a lot of times you end up taking a blanket and folding it up so it ends up like a pillow. We got time for one more. Let's see what these guys are sending in. Skippy from San Antonio, Texas wants to know which ingredient is more important, the PB or the J in a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I think, Bobby, you're up first for our last question. What do you say? The peanut butter or the jelly is more important?
Okay, the jelly is the glue to the sandwich, okay? Without the jelly, you were just stuck with the peanut butter. It's nothing. It's just peanut butter. You don't want, the jelly gives it the flavor and makes you feel like you're a kid again. And you eat it and you're like, num, 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 num. If you have just peanut butter, you're like, this sucks. What happened? You know what I mean? What, did dad lose his job? We don't have jelly. You have to have the jelly. The jelly is the icing on the cake. And if you don't have it, you don't have a sandwich.
Jelly, icing. I love it. Why is PG the best there, Ricardo?
Peanut butter is the best because peanut butter is a flavor that can survive on its own. You never heard of a jelly cookie or a jelly milkshake. You've heard of peanut butter cookie and a peanut butter milkshake, and oh man, you know, I spread some peanut butter on that and make it taste good. The jelly is only good with the bread, so I'm going to go with the peanut butter because peanut butter is a flavor that can survive on its own.
Ricardo's going to get the win on that one. We've got no more time left. We're going to go. Oh, it looks like we have a winner. Our producers have just let me know. Bobby, you are the winner tonight. The Reverend Bob Levy, ladies and gentlemen, our winner of Meaningless Debate. Send him some love. Bobby, where can they find you?
They can find me on Twitter now at my new account, Levy_Sir. And on Facebook, Bob Levy, and the Reverend Bob Levy. On Facebook and Instagram, it's Levy Bob or something like that. I post pictures of my dog on there, so awesome. I got to get busy.
Good to see you again, my friend. Hope you got some good stuff coming up, man. We got next year to look forward. Can't wait to go flying with you again. Ricarlo Flanagan, where can they find you? What do you got going on?
Oh, man, you can find me on Instagram at Father Flanagan. Same thing for Twitter. Same thing, Facebook, facebook.com/comic Ricarlo Flanagan. I'm on all social media, so tune in there. You can even find me on Spotify under Father Flanagan as well. So, you know, feel free to tap in whenever you're
awesome. You can also catch him rapping on Instagram. The man is doing some good things, and the Reverend Bob giving some great advice out there as well. I want to thank my guests, Reverend Bob Levy and Ricarlo Flanagan, for coming out to Meaningless Debate. You guys have been awesome, as always, man. We've got 2 new guests next week. I've been your host, L.A. Hardy. You can catch me on thereallahardy.com. And on Twitter, it's ShowOffLA, Instagram, BlackDad2013, and ShowOffLA. You guys have been great. And remember, don't argue with your friends on Facebook and unfriend them on social media. Give that job to us right here at Meaningless Debate. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Take care.